Welcome to Date Audio.
Release your wolf.
And hello again to the lovely detective. Couldn't get enough of me, huh? Don't deny it, sweetie. Look at me. Fit, rich, dangerous. I'm like catnip to someone like you. Really? So if I, pulled up my shirt just a little, you wouldn't? There's my favorite color. Blush red. You know, you say the word and we can get out of here. And I promise I can make you do a lot more than blush. Fine, you're right. I did come to give my statement, but I'm not gonna stop my passes just because you're recording me. Hey, cutie, one more thing before you start the tape. I got the best lawyers and even better butchers. If you use any of this against me, I promise none of the charges will stick, and plenty of sharp things will stick in you. Do I make myself very, very clear? Smart and beautiful. You're the whole package, sweetheart. Alright, is this thing on? Right. I'm Dade. I run a group of organized corporations that have been alleged to be criminal ring. Some people have affectionately labeled me as a mob boss. My company does work across the east side of the river. My main rival, Espelano, operates in the west. Now, for our company's sake, we've agreed to stay in our own camps. We keep it to our side of the river. One of my closest friends was strolling home one day, and they stumbled upon a crime in progress. They understood that they had witnessed a drug deal and recognized the dealer, a kid that works for the Espianos. Now this kid is barely 18, so my friend, well, he didn't want to ruin his life by turning him in. So he did the smart thing and came to me. You know, detective, you could, come to me anytime. Right, strictly professional. My buddy comes to me and tells me what he saw. I got a couple of contacts with private investigators, so I ring up one of them to dig up some dirt. Figured out who sold the kid any sort of weight. Why, I know a private investigator is a relevant detective, and I don't have to answer that question. I'm not under arrest. I'm simply giving a tip to my local police station. As I was saying, I sent the investigator to go look into it, so we can find out where the kid gets the weight from. Turns out, in addition to the completely legal business we both compete in, Espriano has been running a side hustle. He's been sending runners to deliver new cocaine mix to my side of the river. Supposedly, it's really good stuff. Espriano's contacts some MIT chick. She's got a master in chemistry and couple of minors in biology. She's cracked some formulas twice as addictive, nasty, withdrawal symptoms. Now, Espriano is flooding low-income communities with the stuff. I happen to open a large number of jobs to those who are underprivileged, and I hate to see them getting taken advantage of like this. But, I'd love the privilege of taking advantage of you, detective. You're no fun. Anyway, I know the police department is absolutely overwhelmed these days. Organized crime is through the roof. So, I got the investigator, bless his soul, to do a little more digging. Turns out Espriano is sending out shipments of around 1,000 kilos of the stuff soon. Now that is the question, isn't it? Where and when? So, you got anybody waiting for you at home, detective? Oh, I think it's very relevant. I'm about to give you a tip that'll stop thousands of dollars of illegal drug trade. And you're throwing a fit because I'm asking you if you're taken. It's immature and unprofessional. I gotta have your badge, officer. I'm glad you see it my way. Now, are you or are you not on the menu? Single? Not by choice, I imagine. I bet you had a smoking little side piece once, didn't you? But they couldn't handle how much the work consumed you. How many nights they spent in an empty bed. Was that it, detective? You know, I wouldn't mind someone who works long hours. Someone who doesn't come home every night. We just have to do something special when they were around. Make the time count. Oh, let me see. When and where? Well, let's think. Tell me, detective, are you free Friday nights? Why? 'Cause I want to ask you out, of course. I'm thinking somewhere candlelight, full moon, cheesy bread. You're not allergic to shellfish, are you? Wow, you are a clever one. Yes, I was thinking of the bistro down by the docks. But I must insist that we go on a full moon when the light dances across the water. It's absolutely magical. Now, I'm no werewolf. So maybe I'm wrong, but I think the full moon is next Friday. Maybe we could head on out there then. Detective, don't leave just yet. You're missing something. Well, I can't tell you, silly. Clearly, you aren't interested in our date, so I'll have to withhold the last bit of my information. At least until we order some crab puffs. So how about I pick you up on Friday at about 9-ish? You can even bring your friends. Although, I don't know if the commissioner will want us send a SWAT team to sit in a bistro on nothing but my good word. So it's decided then. 9 on Friday. I'll be outside your dingy little apartment in something expensive. Probably red, too. I'm sure it'll stand out amongst the slum cars. I expect you to be dressed to the nines, alone, and ready for action. Sound good to you? What kind of action? Oh, aren't you a curious one? Well, buy me a couple of drinks, and I'm sure we can do any kind of action you want. Well then, let me say it another way. If you get me drunk enough, then we might do it in any back alley we can find. So you should probably bring your gun, just in case. You never know when you might need some self-defense. No, I don't think I'll be elaborating on any further. You're a detective. Read between the lines. Alright, this interview is over. Unless you want to leave together, then I'll be going right now. That's what I thought. Can't wait to see you all dolled up for me, detective. Oh, and try to get some sleep. I can't have you on my arm with shadows under your eyes. People will talk. Ta-ta.